Lance, wow, looks like he's on his way out. I'm here with Flave's cousin right here. We've been seeing it for weeks, for years, how Trey Lance is a bust, and Kyle just needs to dump him. And I guess Kyle dumped him, man. Looks like he's on his way out. Wasn't at practice. I know you have a lot to say, man, but I'm going to say this for real first. It's not Trey Lance's fault that we traded 3 first-round picks for him, that we traded him. It's not his fault. He looks like he's not that guy. At the end of the day, he's not that guy. I blame, first of all, Kyle, John Lynch, but I'm going to let you go, man. Yeah. Go for it.
Before I start, I'll agree with you on that. It's not his fault. I'll blame John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan mainly. But man, I'll start off. I won't go too far back, but I'll start off just from this past weekend. The reason I didn't really say much when you guys were all the Transformer fans, you know, because that's what the Trey Lances are. That's what Trey Lance, to me, he's a Transformer, man. It's like, you know, when you see a hot babe, but then it turns around, it's really a dude. That's what Trey Lance reminds me of. Everyone's like been saying that he's gonna be good, but then every time I see him, he plays poor. And going off the last game versus the Broncos, all the Niner fans are just like the grand cones, like, see, this is what he does, man. He goes 0-4, just give him time, and he'll go 4-for-4, and he'll end the game, and he'll a game winner for you guys. And I'm just like, dude, he was going against his third stringers. That's like a senior player going against a JV level and then bragging about it. It's like, he's not going to get the starters. He has none of the people like that who are going to start for him. Yes, he does amazing against the third stringers, but I want to see him against the game. Especially like the games like the Broncos game that we lost last year with him, the Bears game. Those are the games that really cost us down the line, and those are the games he needs to win and perform good. So the fact that he did good against the third string, I wasn't surprised. I was like, I told you guys right there in the last video, I was like, he's on his way out, because I was hearing rumbles that, and I told everybody what's hilarious is that I was like, before we even signed Sam Darnold, I said the Niners were going to go out and get him. No one believed me on that. They go and sign him. I said it. I didn't even know if Brock Purdy's going to be healthy enough, and then there's going to be a chance that he could get hurt just because of how little he is. I said that Sam Darnold had the chance to start. Everyone was laughing about it. Then Sam Darnold took his opportunity, and he solidified his second-string quarterback. I'll be honest. As much as I know that Sam Darnold has the arm talent, I was a huge USC fan. I was a fan of his coming out of college, but he just doesn't have that IQ. He's not a starting quarterback. He's just a good backup quarterback, a little bit better than a game manager. I think he'll win us some games if he's a starting quarterback and maybe get us to a Super Bowl, but he won't be the reason why we win a Super Bowl. But yeah, going back to Trey, man, I told you guys the writing was on the wall. I just saw his reps getting less and less. And then, you know, when someone's the talent, and I keep bringing it up. I don't want to like hit the nail on the hammer and like bring it up old stuff, but he's a worse version of Kaepernick. The only difference is with Kaepernick, he took his opportunity because we had one of the best O-line. He had the best wide receiver duo with Randy Moss and Crabtree, and then Anquan Boldin and Crabtree with prime Vernon Davis, with Delaney Walker, Frank Gore. So he had all the tools for the weapon. He had one of the best defense. So of course he went to the Super Bowl, and of course he went to the NFC Championship. But with Trey Lance, he doesn't have all that. He's got to make plays with the feet, which he hasn't. He hasn't been running the ball good. His passes, man, like he'll make a great pass, and then just like that end zone versus the Raiders, he'll completely not even be close to his option and almost throw a pick. And so with him, I just see a lot of up and downs. Same thing with the news at practice, that he's been a lot of up and downs, that there'll be days he struggles and then a day he'll be amazing. And Sam Darnold, as much as that the Niner fans don't like him, he's been consistent, man. And this is all just for who's going to back up Brock Purdy. We'll see. I don't think there's going to be any trade values. So maybe moving on, I think Trey Lance will still be our third stringer. Maybe he'll find a way to the second stringer, but if he's going to succeed in the NFL, it's not going to be with us.
Yeah, man. It's I know Trey Lance fans are really, they're down right now, and honestly, it sucks because a lot of them got their jerseys in it. I've done it before, man. I remember when I got that Crabtree jersey, man, and then he just went downhill from there. But honestly, man, Kyle Shanahan should never be allowed to draft a quarterback again. Trading up to get CJ Beathard, trading up to get Trey Lance. It was a project, man. I wanted that, you know who I want. I want Slater at that pick. He's an all-pro guard. But then when we traded at that third pick, I didn't want Mac Jones. And So I wanted Trey Lance. So I was rooting for him last year in OTAs. I kept telling you, me and Flo, that, hey, dude, he's looking good in OTAs. He's looking good. And you kept saying, no, don't believe the hype. And I think kind of what turned me off, I mean, I still was believing in him, but whenever we went to those training camp games, he was missing. He was going high. I'm like, damn, I was a little concerned, like, what the hell is going on? And even in the Bears game, like you said, the monsoon didn't happen until the fourth quarter. The first 3 quarters, he just wasn't good, man. He wasn't accurate. And that's when I started having some concerns. And man, the fact that he's not even at practice and they're looking to trade him, the writing's on the wall. This might go down as the worst trade up in NFL history. This is the worst, right? You have Jamarcus Russell.
We might still be up there with AJ Jenkins, but we didn't trade up for him.
Three first-round picks. Yeah. 3 first-round picks. I think we gave up a second, a third. We gave up a haul to get this guy, and it just turned out it didn't work. And Kyle Shanahan, he's been in practice all the time with them, so he knows that it's not working out, man. And it sucks, man. It really sucks. But thank goodness that Brian Greasy was able to find Purdy out of nowhere, because without Brian Greasy, he's the one that was in charge of, they were hearing of getting Purdy. We would be screwed, man. These guys would be fired. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, they would be gone right now if it weren't for Purdy and Brian Greasy being able to scout the scouting teams, man. These late round picks, man. So it kind of saved his ass. But man, it's a crazy day. It's a sad day. I know I'm sad because we gave so many damn picks, and I wanted Trey Lance to work out, but honestly, I wasn't going to be a fanboy about it and start saying that, oh, he still looks great. You're right. He did go against those third stringers. He looked good, but you would want him to be more consistent. I just thought he started off so horrible, and then he got better at the end, but that's not going to be good enough. He's a project. He's like a 4-year project, and right now we're trying to win the Super Bowl. The cap number, I think he's like $9 million, and it's going to go up next year again. We need that money, honestly, for Bosa to try to get other guys. So, I mean, I get why they're trying to get rid of him. Just count your losses, I guess. That's what John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan are doing right now, man.
And that's the thing. So the main blame that I put on this is Kyle Shanahan again, just add on, just because I'm telling you, like I told you guys from the beginning, that I was not a believer in him. I was like one of the only Niner fans out there. I'm like, we're not going to win it with this guy. Like, he's not our guy. He is the Mike D'Antoni of the NFL. And he always tried to do it his way. And then it ends up not being like his way. Like, he tries to have these quarterbacks where they're mobile, where they have like huge arm, and he wants to do it his way. But then the opposite is what is actually successful for us. Like you said, we drafted high. We got a Trey Lance. That was Shanahan's guy. That was the guy that, oh man, they were on the jet and Kyle Shanahan is drawing plays up, man. Like, he's super excited. And then come to show, he like gave up on him, man. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna put all like your marbles on one guy, at least like be smart and give an opportunity out there. I was there at that game, the season opener versus the Seahawks. I don't know why the hell Shanahan called like a draw up the middle when we're like barely in field goal range. That was just such a stupid play for him to break his ankle. And it's really unfortunate because that was a waste of a season, because that was his year to, all right, let's see what he could do in a full season. We were off the bus on the Jimmy bus. And so we were going to move on to Trey Lance, and then he breaks his leg. And then he's got to come back, fight again for the starting position. And it's just like, man, I feel bad, honestly, for the Trey Lance, because, man, I feel he wasn't really given, like, he was given an opportunity, but wasn't like the right opportunity for him, because just to have a head coach that's just going to draw all these crazy nuts plays for you, and then you're going to bound up getting hurt and not develop as a quarterback. It's just very unfortunate. And like I said, I don't see him succeeding until he's not with us, because we're going to be looking for a trade for him. And then on his new team, he's going to have a new beginning, and then that's when he's going to succeed within the next 2 or 3 years, I believe. One
thing that's interesting, I was watching a YouTuber, those guys, Guy and Middlecoff, the guy who's friends with Colin Cowherd, who's on The Volume. He was saying, like, come on, guys, you got to wake up. Like, don't you think that Trey Lance, if he was starting for the Jets, he would be sucking right now too? He might be right. He would have gone through his growing pains. So who knows, man? Maybe he gets a fresh start and gets a chance. But right now, if you don't have that accuracy, you're screwed in the NFL. You need to have the accuracy. And right now, that's his number one downfall, man. We were hearing yesterday, he from training camp, he threw 4 balls straight where it just went over like receivers' heads. So that's the biggest problem, man. If you can't be accurate, then you're not going to make it. So hopefully he fixes that, but it looks like it's not going to be with the Niners, man. It looks like he's done. So Any last thoughts, man?
Um,
You called it, man. You called it. So.
all you Transformer fans and Flo, I told you guys, baby. I told you guys Trey Lance is not going to be with us. I told you guys. Y'all laughed at me about Sam Darnold. You laughed at me about Brock Purdy when I said he was going to be elite. And you guys are like, no, Trey Lance our guy. I told you guys, man. Unfortunately, like, I don't feel good about this being correct, but I already saw like the silver line, the writing on the wall, man, like from like a long time ago. And I was telling you guys, jump off the bandwagon, get off the Kool-Aid, man. And man, it just sucks that I had to come to this point for me to be right, but I told that Grant Cohn, I freaking told that idiot, because he's all like, oh, well, they just need to give him an opportunity. He does good later on. It's like, no, dude, like those are the games that we lose on. During the Bears, the Broncos, we were down those games. We were waiting for the magic to happen, for him to have that winning streak and then take us to victory. And those 2 losses ended up costing us.
But wasn't the Broncos, Jimmy G was in the Broncos game last year.
Oh, yeah, the Broncos. Yeah, excuse me, but the Bears game.
Yeah,
and then he's overall, isn't he like 2 and...
He's 2-2.
2-2 as starter. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man. It looks like it's the end of the era. Hopefully the 49er fans can get behind Brock Purdy now, you know, because I know a lot of fans are probably gonna be bitter about this whole situation and rooting against the player. I hate that, man. Personally, I was rooting for Trey Lance. It didn't happen, man. It didn't happen. Hopefully,
and they were doing that last year too. They were kind of rooting against Trey because they wanted Jimmy to start, because they were like, man, Jimmy's our guy. But it's like, no, man. Like,
and then people wanted Jimmy to fail. I was like, dude, we want to win the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, all that matters.
Exactly.
We want the best player out there. That's all we care. We're gonna root for everybody. If they start sucking, we're gonna say it, man. We're just gonna be straight up, hey, man, this guy's not performing well. And if Purdy starts messing up, we're gonna say it too. So that's just how it is, man. We're just gonna be honest about the situation. I think you're right. Guys like Grant was in denial, man. There's guys out there that were being the fanboys. Like, come on, man. The writing was on the wall. Purdy is the best quarterback on this team. There's no question about that.
Yep.
But that's what we got, man. Let us know what you guys think about this whole situation, man. And if you have big guys that are big Trey Lance fans, more than Niner fans, man, light a candle for them tonight, because it's rough, man. Remember, it's always about the team first, like Jim Harbaugh says. The team, the team. Bill Walsh said it best, man. But yeah, man, that's what we got. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.